All right, I'm in the bathroom and we're going to be talking about toilets. Hey everybody, it's Robert with Burns Travels, and I'm having a toilet problem. Actually, two. Let me show you what I've done, and I'll explain to you outside when I can actually show you one of the toilets. So let me show you what's happening. Okay, you see that little piece right there? When I have water on, it's constantly flowing water. So let's go outside, or let me take this toilet out so we can replace it with a new one. And I'll tell you why I'm doing a new one instead of replacing parts. So let's go ahead and take this out. It's really simple. It's a bolt on each side and the water valve in the back. Make sure your water's off and you've drained your line so you don't have water everywhere. I've already done that. So let's go ahead and just take this down and apart.
5 minutes later.
No reason to show you that the toilet is out or taking it out. It's just two bolts. And let me show you what I had to do here. Okay, you see that wood in the back right there? They were nailed together with finishing nails. I had to get in there. I thought I had a leak inside there, so I popped that off. And I didn't have no nails to do, so I put 4 screws in. So in the future, if I ever got to have access to it, it's simple. And then here's the drain. It's pretty simple. I cleaned up the area. I got new bolts for these two sides and everything, and I'll put the new toilet in. And of course, that's the water line. It's actually pretty simple to do. Taking the toilet out took 4 minutes. It really didn't take very long at all. Okay, sorry if there's some wind. It's kind of windy today, but let me show you what I did initially for repair, and that wasn't it. All right, let me show you. Okay, here's the old toilet that I took out, and here's the one that I replaced right here, or I'm going to put in. But let me show you this piece right here. I was at a dealer and they said, oh, that's the problem. So that was an easy fix, but it cost me 30 bucks for a little valve that really did nothing. Okay. The problem was this. The valve right in here, somewhere, this assembly leaks. So when you push the pedal down, it drips water, which takes pressure off this, so it never shuts the valve completely. So it's constantly flowing water. Now here's the thing. I already talked to a repair guy that I came out and worked on something of mine that I couldn't do. He said this pedal assembly right here, right there, is between 85 and 130 bucks, depending on which one it is, to replace it, because I have no clue how to do that one. So if you add in his service fee of, 100 bucks basically to come out here, parts for that, just to keep the same toilet, and then his at least an hour worth of time, I'm at 300 bucks. Okay, I paid 200 bucks for these toilets, and they're porcelain, and I'm replacing both the toilets in the RV because both are doing the exact same thing. So it really wasn't hard. The only thing I got to do is bolt it in, and right here, if you can see it right there, I put some pipe tape around it so it seals really good. Make sure you put enough. So this is the brand new one, and it came with the seal and all the parts. So I'm just gonna take this back in and install it. I don't need to show you I'm installing it or anything. I mean, it's just 2 bolts and turn the water on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do the other bathroom too. And that way they are done.
20 minutes later.
All right, both toilets are in. Let me show you both. This is the brand new one right here, and done. Pretty simple. All right, here's the other toilet I did. A little tighter space. As you can see, it's a lot tighter, but it's the same issue. So I had to replace them both. All right, I'm in the Jeep. I'm getting ready to take all the 2 toilets and some boxes from folding chairs we got from Gander Mountain, which was a good deal at the time. But right off the bat, sometimes it's better to replace with new than have a repair guy come out. And this is why I say this. The service call for the RV tech would have been $100. He told me it was between 80 and 130 for the part, depending on what it is. So let's just say $100. Okay, so now we're at 200 bucks. Then his hour of labor minimum he's going to charge me is probably 125 to 150. Let's go at 150 because that seems to be the average. That's $350 right now just for him to come out. Okay. If it was one toilet, I save money by buying a new one. Okay. But since I have two toilets, they cost me $200 a piece, $199.99. So $200 a piece plus tax, about $420. Okay. I spent more than a service call, but if you had to do both, you can probably add another $300 of that. I'm still ahead of the game. So the point is, sometimes you buy new instead of just having it fixed. Okay. And if you can replace it with better stuff, replace it with better stuff, better quality, because you'll have less headaches down the road. Anyways, it wasn't hard, but one thing I didn't show in the video is where the two nuts that hold the toilet down, that's bolted to the floor basically, measure from that to your back wall. The reason is I've seen people not do that in an RV, and it's pretty sad because what they've done, instead of taking taking the toilet back to get the right size, they cut a hole in their wall. What person would cut a hole in the wall because the toilet's the wrong size? A lazy person, for one, and someone that really doesn't care about their RV. So if I come across an RV that has a toilet cut out in the wall because it was too big, that tells me, one, that person doesn't know what they're doing. Two, they really don't care about their RV. Three, any maintenance and repairs they probably have done, they've done it cheap. So that's just me. So if you see a toilet in the wall built into the wall cut out because the toilet's too big, keep that in mind. But measure from the two bolts to your back wall, and just make sure the toilet you purchase is not too long, because sometimes they're longer in the back, and you'll hit the wall and it won't fit. So make sure you have the right one when you get there. It's just like a residential. If you have a residential home, you want to do the same thing too. So do that. So you wouldn't be like me. I drove an hour and a half there, and if I didn't know what I was getting, and I got the wrong one, I drive an hour back here, then I had to drive about an hour and a half back there to replace it or return the toilet. So do it right the first time, you'll have less headaches. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope we had some information for you. And thumbs up, heart this thing, whatever it is, okay? And we'll just talk to you later on the next video.